Then, of course, you've got Chris Evans for Sacred Heart, and he's got the range. He can take the ball inside and hurt you. He can also knock down that medium-range shot. Sacred Heart has been able to get out in transition. He's been the recipient of some of that. They both need to have big second half for either one of these teams to get their victory.
Each of those leading scorers have 9 points apiece as we open up the second half. It is Red Flash basketball in their home whites. There you see Malik Harmon, number 2, the freshman guard out of Queens, running the show. He's got Major, Drennan, Earl Brown, and Greg Brown on the floor with him.
And Sacred Heart continuing in that 2-3 zone.
Ten seconds to shoot. Drennan sets the pick. Greg Brown, nice bounce pass for Earl Brown. Off glass, and he's got himself 6 points.
And you got to wonder how he gets himself that open. Abdel Latif has got to know where Earl Brown is each trip down the floor.
Oddly enough, they paid a lot of attention to Earl Brown during the first half.
Absolutely, did a good job on him in the first half.
Earl averaging 15.5 points a game, leading the Red Flash in scoring. Again, has only 6 today. Abdel Latif with the turnaround, and that seems to be a hard shot to stop.
Well, he gets great position down low to begin with, and the double team came too late.
8 points for Abdel Latif, the senior out of Egypt. Averages only 5.5 a game. Latif may have been able to deflect that ball away from Earl Brown. Phil Gaetano runs the show. Abdel Latif on the floor with Barnett, Evans, and Montes for the Pioneers. The lead pass for Abdel Latif. He's able to corral with 15 seconds to shoot. Backing in on Drennan. The turnaround doesn't go. Drennan has the rebound.
It's tough to make that shot directly at the rim. Better off one more dribble and try to use the left hand, kiss him on.
Drennan his 3rd quarter of the day. The pace a little slower right now, Cherry, than it was when we opened the game.
Much more deliberate on both sides.
Earl Brown for Malik Harmon, guarded by Gaetano. Coming up on 10 seconds to shoot. Harmon, little shake and bake. Major, 3 seconds. Drennan.
Well short.
He's got to get closer to the basket.
Well, again, that zone makes them take more time off the clock to get their shot off.
Gaetano guarded by Harmon. Bounce pass for Abdel Latif. Again, he likes to be within 5 feet of the hoop, and that's why.
When you have a point guard who knows that his player can get to the basket each trip, Gaetano does a great job of making sure that Abdel Latif touches the rock.
He's got 10 points. Once again, Sacred Heart is back up on top by 1. Whipping it around the perimeter, under 10 seconds to shoot. Drennan, this time he gets close, misfires, and that ball was deflected out. Earl Brown was the last one to touch.
Drennan looking for a foul on there. There was pretty good contact. He got knocked down on that. A little bit might have been him off balance. But Earl Brown, very tough inside. I mean, he gets that ball down that close. It's the same thing at the other end. If Latif gets it down low, both of them are going to score inside, or you're going to have to foul.
We haven't had many whistles called here today, Cherry. Loop pass by Evans was intended for Abdel Latif. He wasn't looking for it, and so the Pioneers turned it over. But as I checked the stat sheet, we only saw 4 Pioneers fouls in the first half and 4 Red Flash fouls in the first half.
And Anthony Latino very upset with Evans on that pass inside. Evans kind of looking as he was walking over saying, "Coach, he didn't look." He was open. He had great position inside the defender. Evans made a pass, but Latif wasn't looking. Threw it out of bounds.
And so Evans takes a seat for Steve Glowiak. It's a 3-minute St. Francis scoring drought. As the Red Flash attempt to set up a good shot. Looks like about 5 steps for Greg Brown.
That's allowed, isn't it?
He's got 3 points. back the other way. Barnett attacks the rim. His own bucket and the ball.
Well, just slicing right to the basket there through 3 defenders, really. And Barnett doing an outstanding job of getting the ball to the rack.
Barnett with 8 points. He'll go to the line looking to complete the 3-point play. Foul on Drennan, his second and the team's first.
Here's the penetration again. I'm not sure he had the 5 steps, maybe 4.5. But again, right down, so quick to get it, and the back right up and finish right there. Sacred Heart on top by 1.
For information how you can save 15% on your next stay at any Choice Hotels property nationwide, simply visit the NEC's website at northeastconference.org and click on the Corporate Partners link. Choice Hotels International is an official partner of the Northeast Conference. Paul Dottino, Ontario Cotto with you from snowy Loretto, Pennsylvania, where the Sacred Heart Pioneers have a 39-38 lead over the Red Flash. And in the prior minute, right before that timeout, Terry, it's like somebody took off the emergency brake.
Well, it's an interesting game. It's always a game of runs in basketball. You know, Sacred Heart got out to that 10-point run. And we take a look at Ben sitting on the bench. And, so much for sitting on the bench. He's coming up to the scorer's table getting the ball game. You know, maybe Rob heard me and said, why do I have Ben on the bench? We got to get him back in the ball game. Definite threat on the 3-point shooting there, but it'll be a game
by the
of
way,
runs.
completes the 3-point play.
There you go. It'll be a game of runs, and right now, 50% from the Red Flash and 60%, which is what Sacred Heart needs to do. Maybe with Gloriak in the ball game now, he likes to come off the bench, shoot some threes. We'll see if he can light it up for the Pioneers.
40-38 in favor of the Pioneers. Abdel Latif has 10. Evans and Barnett have 9 apiece. 9 points for Malo Meunier to lead St. Francis. That's Drennan against Abdel Latif. Kicks it outside for Major. And Malo Meunier with the basketball. Again, he is a dangerous player to fire from anywhere on the floor. This time he penetrates, looks for Drennan, who lost the handle.
Well, a little tough on that pass. They were only about 3 feet away, and kind of jumped up in the air and really nailed the pass there. He's not going to handle that very well.
For the Red Flash, that is their 10th turnover of the afternoon. Sacred Heart's only turned it over 4 times.
They have not turned it over. A couple of bad passes here and there, but other than that, they play pretty well, efficiently on the offense.
And they own a 2-point lead with the basketball. Gaetano for Gloriak, back to Gaetano. They get it inside for Abdel Latif, and then the pass is picked off by Hart. Here he goes. On his way, so 1-on-2, and rejected by Barnett from behind. Gaetano for Gloriak. Too strong, tipped up. Controlled by Montez. He lost it off the steal to Harden. 4-on-2, and he brings it back outside for Major. Ill-advised 3. Montez the rebound.
And what did you say about the emergency break? We've just been up and down 4 times. Nobody scored. A couple ill-advised shots on both ends. A little sloppy passing.
Barnett underneath. He lays it low and hits the ball hard, but he's got 11 to lead all scorers.
Gaetano, good look to find Barnett in there to take that. Both of these teams, they want to run, no question about that, but you need to take good shots at the other end when you're running.
And it's a 42-38 Sacred Heart lead. Earl Brown's scoop is short, knocked out of bounds by Montez. Kelly and Evans coming into the game, replacing Gaetano and Montez.
Look at a great look right there by Phil Gaetano, and he is able to find Barnett inside, and super move by Barnett, who hits the deck, gets up running. But a good look again, good position there by Barnett. Phil Gaetano able to deliver the ball.
And now Coach Latina decides to bring Gaetano to the bench, and Barnett comes right back in, and the red flash attacked the basket and will draw a foul.
Foul on the floor, foul number 31, Steve Glowiak.
It's on Steve Glowiak, his second and the team's first. So it's a new 35 for the red flash. And we'll get another substitution. Gaetano will indeed now go to the bench as Falzone comes back in. Gaetano has not scored yet today. Does have 3 assists. He's played some good defense. Harmon can't get the jumper to fall. Abdel Latif with the ball.
Great move there by Kelly. He couldn't get it, tipped it over to his teammate Abdel Latif.
His 6th rebound of the day.
Anthony Latino very active on that sideline, calling out the play he wants run here.
Coming up on 10 seconds to shoot. The cutter down the lane was Evan Kelly, knocked out of bounds by Harmon.
And Anthony's looking for a foul on that play though, but very well executed. Get everybody out, spread the floor a little bit, a quick give and go. And let's face it, Evan Kelly so quick to the basket. Looked like a little bit of the arm got pulled there.
Abdel Latif unable to corral the pass, but then it went out of bounds, deflected away by Malo Meunier. And so Sacred Heart is going to have 7 seconds to shoot. Chris Evans to trigger. Guarded by Dominique Major. You get a look at Coach Latina. Kelly. Two. Fires. Maybe partially deflected. Earl Brown plucks it out of the air.
Well, he thought he could get around Malik Harmon. And again, we've talked about him. He might only be 5'11", but he is strong. He's 195 pounds.
Earl Brown knocks it off for Major.
Oh, that's a big basket right there. And again, little up fake. Get the defender to leave his feet. Got plenty of time, knock it down.
5 from Major, averaging 7.5 points a game. Sacred Heart basketball with a 2-point lead. Under 13 minutes to play. The kick-out pass goes to Chris Evans. Guarded loosely by Major. There's Abdel Latif at the top of the key to set the pick. Evans takes advantage of it, fires the 3, but it's too strong, and Earl Brown has the rebound, his 7th of the game. Earl Brown, a hop skip, he's got himself points.
Well, if you let him catch the ball out there, the defense for Sacred Heart, they can't guard him one-on-one when they're about 18, 20 feet away from the basket. He has the advantage with his quickness, athleticism to get himself to the basket.
Brown shoots at 57% from the field this year, 2nd in the NEC. And when he gets that close to the rim, it's pretty hard to stop him. Off the spin move, Falzone doesn't get it, but fights for his own rebound. Can't get the 2nd, and then it's knocked out of bounds. Drennan had the board, and we have a whistle on the play as well. It'll go on Sacred Heart.
Abdel Latif's going to get nailed for that one.
His first and the team's 2nd. Here comes Ollie Jackson back into the game.
You know, Paul, both coaches, I think, doing a good job of getting players in and out.
He replaces Drennan.
As you mentioned, the ball game was slow to start the second half, and it has picked up, and we had that flurry about 4 or 5 trips up and down the floor both ways. So both coaches here doing a good job getting fresh bodies in the game.
Angelou for Harmon for the red flash. Here comes Barnett back, and Abdel Latif taking a seat.
They're not confusing you at all, right? You can handle this in and out like this?
Doing our best.
Okay.
We're tied at 42. That much I know with under 12 minutes to go. Up top, Dominique Major, guarded by Barnett. It's the pick from Jackson. Right wing for Earl Brown. He'll fire the 3. Doesn't get it. Back tipped, and a whistle on the play as Manuel Meunier tried to keep it alive.
Well, he jumped over the head of Phil Gaetano, kind of elbowed him a little bit in the head to get that ball and try to tip it back. Good idea, picked up the foul, however.
And for Earl Brown, that's only the 6th three-pointer he's tried this season. He is 2 of 6 for only 33%.
Not the shot for Earl Brown. He looks awkward even trying to do it. Here's the move for Earl Brown. Catch it away from the basket. The defenders, they can't handle that inside. He can finish at the rack there. 3-point shot is not exactly what he wants to do there. And again, little up fake, and you bury the three-pointer. We're tied at 42 here at St. Francis.
I am a student. I am an athlete.
This is my pride. This is my family.
In the classroom and on the field. A home away from home.
Bound to community. Committed to excellence.
Determined to succeed.
I will not fear my opponents.
But I will respect them.
I will fail, but I won't quit.
I'm a player.
I am a teammate.
I will rise to the challenge.
This is
NEC Pride.
Welcome back to Loretto, Pennsylvania, and here's a look at today's Hershey Park Fan of the Game. This spring, say yes to springtime in the park at Hershey Park. Open for 2 weekends in April. Visit HersheyPark.com for information. And that's one valuable ticket there, Terry.
I would love to go to Hershey Park and just eat the dark chocolate.
Well, I'd like to get on some of the rides, but not in
I
this
would
snowstorm.
do that too. Well, no, we're not going now. In the spring.
Good idea. You bring the iced tea.
All right, you bring the dark chocolate for me, I'll do it.
Gaetano, as the Pioneers take it off the timeout, plucked out of the air by Barnett, back outside for Evans. And the Pioneers reset with 15 seconds to shoot. That's Glowiak getting it to Gaetano. Chris Evans against Major, the strong move, and he'll go to the line for two. Major picks up his second foul, and that'll be the team's third.
Well, again, that mismatch, Evans is always going to win that. There's no way that Major, he's 5'9", 167 pounds. Evans is 6'3". There's no way he can guard that. And see, the defense, no one really rotates over to give him help there. When you see that isolation, a white shirt has got to come over and help their teammate. Otherwise, Evans is going to either make it or he's going to go to charity stripe as he makes the first one.
Evans breaks a 3-minute scoring for the Pioneers. He's got 10 points today. That's his first point of the second half. Stephon Wyatt checks in for Dominique Major, who goes to the bench with 5. And so the Pioneers once again regained a 1-point lead. This was a 34-33 St. Francis edge at the half.
And again, Paul, part of the success is points in the paint. St. Francis at 18 now. They've moved up. But Sacred Heart, 28 out of their 44 are points in the paint. That's another opportunity there. He got him from the foul line, but he was in the paint where the foul was committed.
Well, based on the eye test, I think you'd have to say that Sacred Heart looks physically to be a stronger team than the Red Flash.
Yep.
Earl Brown, top of the three-point circle. Dribble drive, hop, skip, a block, and a foul. And I think that one's going to go on foul zone. His first and the team's third.
Foul zone 34, foul zone, his first, team third.
So Earl Brown's going to go to the line for the first time today. He's at 64%, making 54% on the season.
Here's the penetration right here. And let's see. Well, he's got the body from behind. But
Sure does.
I thought he had all ball on top, but he had the body from behind.
Brown, a junior out of Philadelphia, averaging 15.5 points a game. Has 9 today. He'll get one more.
We've seen very few fouls in this game, both only at 3 right now. So no one really close to getting into the bonus situation. And there's only 10.5, no more than 10.5 left to go.
Brown knocks down both. He's got himself 10 points. That leads St. Francis. Barnett and Evans with 11 apiece for the Pioneers. Abdel Latif has 10. We are tied at 44. 10.5 to play. Glowiak for Gaetano. Good look down low for Barnett, and he's rejected by Earl Brown. 10 seconds to shoot.
Give Earl Brown a little bit of room, and he's going to come at you. Reject it.
Gaetano with 2 seconds to shoot. The 3 is short. Rebounded by the Flash. Angelou the other way. Stephon Wyatt with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Thought about a spin move and kicked it back out to Meunier. Outside of the arc. Earl Brown, guarded by foul zone. Brown takes him to the rack and then fires it into the corner for Jackson. That was blocked by Barnett. 3 seconds to shoot. Jackson lost the handle and Gaetano has it for the Pioneers. Here's Barnett on his motorcycle and he's going to go to the line for 2, fouled by Ali Jackson. Picks up his second personal and the team's 4th.
Phil Gaetano doing a nice job there, picking up the loose ball and getting the Pioneers out on the break situation. And again, here's a nice block shot inside there. Brown again, he can get to you there. And then you're trying to make that shot there. Barnett comes out, makes that rejection.
And Barnett right now goes to the line. You know, he missed 8 games during the first half of the season with an ankle injury. It's hobbled him just a bit here as we get to the midpoint of the schedule. He's got 11 points today, 1 of 2 from the line. He'll get 1 more, averaging 9 points a game. He's a freshman out of Waldorf, Maryland. Good-looking player. Coach Latina says, I like his athleticism and I like how he finishes plays.
He does finish well. Good-looking stroke, and he can guard at the other end there. He's got some quickness. Makes the second one right there. And I think free throw shooting could be a key in this ball game. You know, on the season, Sacred Heart about 69%, their opponents about 72. And on the other side of things, St. Francis only 62. So if this does become a foul shooting contest, the edge would go a little bit to the Pioneers.
The Red Flash, the worst free throw shooting team in the NEC. But right now, the Pioneers have a 1-point lead. There's the steal. Down the right wing comes Glowiak. Sends it into the center of the court for Barnett. Craig Evans for Abdel Latif. To the foul line for Evans. And he's going to go to the line for 2.
Great job there by Evans. He knew, I'm going to take it in, I'm going to get fouled. So he went in, protected the ball, took it up, knew the hammering was coming at him, and he got hammered. Brown's raising his hand, but I actually think it's going to go against Drennan. I'm not sure which way again. Now, look at Latif. He's looking around, thinking maybe I can take it, but then Evans, that's probably going to go against Drennan, number 40.
Well, if it's on Drennan, that should be his 3rd personal. The scoreboard says it's only 2. 15 foul on the Red Flash. Free throw by Evans is good. He's got himself 12 points, and he is now 6 of 6 from the line. Drennan is going to go to the bench. I believe he's got 3 fouls as opposed to the scoreboard's 2. And Ali Jackson comes back in for St. Francis. Everett remains perfect from the line. He has 13 points, averaging 12 per ball game. Lit up Brown for 23 earlier this season.
Sacred Heart has a number of guys capable of getting in the 20s for their scoring. It's not the lack of scoring, it's their defense has got to shut down some opponents.
Earl Brown against Abdel Latif. Wyatt underneath the ball.
Nice job there by Brown, though. He didn't go up right away. He caught the pass, and instead of going right up, little movement, got the defender to leave his feet.
So Sacred Heart has not had a field goal over the last 6 minutes. Earl Brown, by the way, with 12 points for St. Francis as they cut the lead to 1. Evans, jumper doesn't fall. The rebound to Meunier. Sacred Heart leading the rebounding category by only 3. Malik Carmen sticks the jumper. His first points of the second half, he has 9. And it's a 48-47 Red Flash lead.
And Paul is leaning towards a who has the ball last type of ball game and a finish we could possibly have right here today.
You got a problem with that?
No, I love that.
So do these fans. Heck, they came out to a blizzard to see the game. Let's give them their money's worth. You folks at home, too, watching on Fox College Sports and Root at ESPN3 and Comcast New England. Baseline jumper by Barnett was halfway down.
Wow, halfway down, rolled around and rolled out on him.
Was that a carnival rim over there?
That is not a visiting team's rim.
Harmon for 3, rebounded by Glowiak. Cut off by Meunier, and so the Pioneers have to set up in the half court. Gaetano around Harmon to the baseline, and we'll get a whistle here. And I think Harmon may have grabbed Gaetano as he tried to drive.
He had the advantage going by him, so he reached out and took him. And right now, very quiet. Glowiak hasn't even scored in this game, I don't think, has he? And he's certainly somebody that they rely on coming in off the bench.
Averages 11 a game and indeed has been held off the score sheet. For Harmon, his first foul and the team's 6th. Back with more after this. In Loretto, Pennsylvania, the St. Francis Friars going to love this. It is today's W.B. Mason delivery of the game.
Great penetration inside there. Again, the quick pass into Earl, a little bit of movement, get the defender to leave his feet. Earl able to finish.
Earl Brown having a terrific day with 12 points. W.B. Mason Office Furniture and Supplies. You can't go wrong when you buy right at W.B. Mason. 7:17 to play. Paul Dottino and Terry O'Connor with you as St. Francis and Sacred Heart are locked in a nip and tuck battle. The Red Flash with a 1-point lead, but it is Pioneer basketball. Kelly, Montez, Gaetano, Abdel Latif, and Glowiak on the floor for Sacred Heart. There's Evan Kelly off the spin. Short. The rebound to Malominier.
It's so tough to make that shot on the rim. The glass is there to use it. Kelly's just got to go left or right. And a big three-point shot there by Don Major.
His second triple of the day. He's got 8. Shoots threes at 42% on the season. 4th in the Northeast Conference.
Got to get out and get a hand up.
Major averaging 7.5 points per ball game. But right now, the Red Flash are more concerned with their 4-point lead, trying to defend. Earl Brown went for the steal. Abdel Latif kicks it outside for Kelly. Abdel Latif again, working off of the double team. May have been partially deflected, and it's lost out of bounds. Last touch by Montez.
Nice job there by Earl Brown, and then Ollie Jackson coming over to help there defensively.
Leading scorers, Evans has 13, Barnett 12, and Abdel Latif has 10 for Sacred Heart. For the Red Flash, 12 by Earl Brown. Harmon misfires for deep, and Montez has the board.
Not a good shot there. Too quick on the shot clock. You've got the momentum going your way. Gaetano, great penetration.
Loose ball picked up out of the air by Harmon. 4 on 4. Malominier down low. Back outside. Here's an NBA 3 by Major. Short. This place was ready to explode. Rebounded by Abdel Latif.
Again, though, in a time and score is really important. And sometimes players miss that in the excitement of what's going. Great pass by Gaetano. What a great cut right there by Evan Kelly. But I think the Red Flash, Paul, the last 2 trips down, shot quicker than they needed to. You fought very hard to get the lead. Don't come down and take quick shots.
For Evan Kelly, that's 7 points, and it ends a 9-minute field goal drought for the Pioneers as they make this a 2-point game. Nice pass from Earl Brown to Ollie Jackson. His second bucket, he has 5. And we've got a timeout called by Anthony Latina, who is livid at the lack of defense.
Well, all over Steve Glowiak as he's coming to the sideline. He may have a seat on the bench, but you turn your head as a defender and the guy makes that backdoor move, you pay the price for it. That's exactly what happened right there.
Coach Latina was telling me before the game, Cherry, and it really goes to the heart of what he's trying to do in his first year as a head coach. He said, hey, I've got to deal with this team's mentality, and right now they're being tested.
Right, well, there's a great pass there by Gaetano. Again, just a picture-perfect point guard. He makes that great pass in here. But there, see, Glowiak turned his back, did not see the offensive player, saw the ball. It's always got to be ball you man. He lost it, he paid the price, and he got a verbal whipping as he came to the sideline by Andy Latino, who I think was still over there getting into it with a few of those players.
Try to keep his players focused. Let's look at the NEC out-of-town scoreboard. Bryant locked in a good one against the Terriers in the first half.
You know, Bryant 4-1 and 3